Imagine you're a detective, trench coat, fedora, the works. You arrive at a tense crime scene, everyone waiting for your verdict. Today I'll challenge you with crime riddles to test your inner Sherlock. Listen closely, think outside the box, and see if you can solve them before I reveal the answers. Ready to put your wits to the test? Let's begin. Our first case begins on a quiet morning at a bustling city cafe. A successful businessman, Mr. Harrison, is discovered lifeless at his table, his hand still wrapped around a half-finished cup of coffee. The scene is eerily calm, no overturned chairs, no signs of panic. The only clue? The untouched coffee cup, now the center of a growing mystery. Police quickly cordon off the area, and a detective steps in to unravel what happened in this seemingly ordinary setting. Forensic experts rush the coffee to the lab expecting to find traces of a deadly substance. They test for every known poison, toxin, and contaminant. But the results are baffling. The coffee is completely clean. No chemicals, no drugs, nothing out of the ordinary. The cup itself is also swabbed and tested, but again, nothing suspicious turns up. The team is left scratching their heads, wondering if they missed something obvious. Investigators turn their attention to the staff. The barista who served Mr. Harrison is questioned thoroughly, but their story checks out. The sugar and cream containers are examined for tampering, but both are found to be safe and untouched. Security footage shows nothing unusual. No one slipped anything into the cup, and no suspicious behavior is detected behind the counter. Every possible source of contamination is ruled out. The cafe itself offers no answers. Tables remain undisturbed, and there are no witnesses who saw anything out of the ordinary. There's no evidence of a struggle, no sign that Mr. Harrison was forced to drink the coffee, and no indication that anyone tampered with his drink after it was served. The case seems to be at a dead end, with no clear path forward. The detective pores over every detail, reviewing notes and re-examining the evidence. How could Mr. Harrison have been poisoned if the coffee itself was safe? The question lingers in the air, growing more perplexing with each passing hour. The answer must be hidden in plain sight, but where? The detective considers every aspect of the scene. What part of the cup comes into contact with the victim but not with the coffee for more than a fleeting moment? Suddenly, a realization dawns. The rim of the cup, where lips touch but liquid barely lingers. Could this be the missing piece of the puzzle? In a chilling reenactment, the detective imagines the killer carefully applying a thin layer of fast-acting poison to the rim of the cup. When Mr. Harrison took a sip, the deadly substance transferred directly to his lips, entering his system without ever contaminating the coffee itself. The method is ingenious, and nearly undetectable. Sometimes the answer is right under your nose, hidden in the details we overlook. In this case, the rim of the cup held the secret, proving that even the most ordinary objects can become instruments of mystery and murder. Next, a man is found hanged in a locked, empty warehouse. No chair, no ladder, just a puddle of water beneath him. The room is sealed, no way in or out. The only clue, that puddle. How did he do it? He stood on a block of ice to hang himself. When the ice melted, only water remained. The simplest clues can solve the strangest mysteries. A diamond necklace vanishes during a mansion dinner party. The guests are in shock, and the host is desperate to find the missing piece. The mansion, known for its grandeur, now becomes a scene of mystery and suspicion. 3 suspects emerge from the shadows, the maid, the cook, and the butler. Each one has a motive, but only one could have committed the crime. Each claims to have been elsewhere at the time of the theft. The maid insists she was in the bathroom, the cook says he was busy in the kitchen, and the butler maintains he was attending to guests in the dining room. The detective knows that only one of them is telling the truth. The challenge is to figure out who it is. The tension in the room is palpable as the detective scrutinizes each suspect's story. If the cook is truthful, then the maid and butler must be lying. This would mean the maid is the thief who took the necklace. The detective's eyes narrow as he considers this possibility. Sometimes logic is the best detective tool. By piecing together the clues and analyzing the suspect's statements, the detective edges closer to the truth. Who did you suspect? On a snowy mountain train, a passenger is murdered in a locked compartment. Door and window sealed, weapon missing. No one saw or heard a thing. The detective inspects the old train and discovers a hidden compartment. The killer used a secret passage to enter, commit the crime, and escape unseen. Sometimes the answer is hidden in the architecture. Would you have checked the walls? 5 people isolated in a remote cabin find themselves at the mercy of a relentless blizzard. The wind howls outside, snow piling up against the doors and windows, cutting them off from the world. Suddenly the lights flicker and die, plunging the group into darkness. In the confusion, a scream pierces the silence. One of them has been stabbed. Panic erupts as they realize the killer is among them, and no one can leave. The detective, trapped with the group, wastes no time. He begins to question the survivors, trying to piece together the moments before the attack. Clara claims she was heading to the fireplace to stoke the dying embers, hoping for warmth. Ben says he was reaching for the light switch, desperate to restore power. Each detail is scrutinized, every movement matters. But the third person stands apart from the rest. He says nothing, his face pale and drawn, eyes darting nervously around the room. While the others defend themselves, he remains silent, refusing to offer any explanation for his actions or whereabouts. In moments of crisis, words can be weapons or shields, but sometimes, silence is the loudest confession of all. The tension in the room grows as suspicion shifts toward the quiet man, his silence speaking volumes. The detective's eyes narrow as he studies the silent suspect. He realizes that while everyone else has an alibi, however flimsy, the one who offers no story, no defense is the most suspicious of all. The absence of an alibi is itself a clue. Sometimes what's not said is the biggest clue. In the world of investigation, silence can be more telling than words, revealing guilt that no story can hide. In this chilling scenario, would you have caught the silent suspect, or would the real killer have slipped away, hidden behind a wall of silence? That's a wrap. How many did you solve? These riddles test your logic and attention to detail, just like real investigations. Whether you cracked one or all, you played detective today. Comment your score below, and subscribe for more mysteries and brain teasers. Stay curious, and keep questioning everything.